What's up, peoples? I'm here on location. This place, I've got some really beautiful memories here. There's a cave at the end of the island. I'll show you guys. I spent some days there. It's different points, reflecting and doing my best to make directions and silence the mind. And one of the members there that has just entered into the group asked me, how can he participate? How can he get involved with what we're doing here? And it really is simple. There was this thing that came to me many years ago, whatever, before now, and it was like, if something were about to occur, something like, let's say, something was coming and it was imminent that it would destroy everything on this Earth's surface. If all of us shared a similar thought, one thought, a mantra or something like that, I don't know if you've been, some people have been in sort of meditative or silence with multiple people and they're all on the same frequency. What can be done? There's also frequency things and stones can be moved. The objective is all of us having a shared vision of a place where there's nothing to buy, there's nothing to sell, there's nothing to pay, there isn't any requirement for money. It is only something for us to constantly improve. So the mastery, the M structure of this mega structure is just that. So when first entering, I've envisioned, or things that have come to my imagination are things like Shaolin Kung Fu training, different sorts of physical training to master one's physical body and also mind, to temper the mind and to be able to control. So this was the cave over here, and it was really interesting because I set up a bed in here and I stayed for a few days. This is what I got to see. This is my view outside of the cave, and there were so many mosquitoes, so I went and I got some onions because I'm like, all right, mosquitoes don't like it when we eat onions. And then I put onions over here, and then the rats came in. It was a whole entire show. It was incredible. But back to M. So mastery is this place that there's all these different things, right? So there was a film recently released, and we could also look at Star Trek, for instance. There's the hologram room. Now, anything that is residing within your consciousness that brings you fear, things, trauma, experiences, right from the moment your mama and your papa laid together. That's where it kind of starts for this physical body, from what I'm aware of, as far as the energy, the music that's being played. Did they lay together in harmony? You know, was there violence? Was there aggression? Was there this? Alcohol, drugs, so on and so forth. These things affect. So many people have no clue as to why they do the things they do. There's been ayahuasca and different medicine ceremonies where people have gone all the way back, and near-death experiences where they went back to when they were just having the experience of being a little baby. And even in the womb, mom, dad might have been arguing, fighting, and you're inside someone who's in fear being developed. Why are we self-sabotaging? Why are we doing the things that we're doing? Alcohol, nymphomania, all this sort of crazy stuff. Where does it derive from? Where does it come from? What is the source of these sort of behaviors that are in a destructive form? Because there's creation, there's destruction. You could call it good, you could call it bad, but that's pointless. Because there's destruction and there's creation. There's building and there's demolition. So Are we building or are we demolishing? It kind of looks like some part of the world is, some part of the system. I got 3 seagulls up there. They come to visit as we have our discussion. So the M building is like that. Holographic visions, all these different obstacle courses, so that we can start to enhance our abilities and really push the potential. You've got monks that have been practicing ways that have been passed down for thousands of years. How can this man sit in boiling water, sit in boiling water, and the body not be burned? Tell me how someone could be in hypnosis and the hypnotist tells them, you're gonna put the needle in this finger over here in this hand, but you're gonna bleed on the other side. Someone explain this to me. How powerful is our mind? How powerful is the capabilities that we've been given that we aren't even touching or even coming close to? They saying this scientist or this guy, this mathematician used this much percentage of the mind where the average uses this much. So hold up. What is it for us to do that we can access that? Is the AI here to help us to do that, to reach those levels for people who choose to reach those levels? So there's different sorts of obstacle courses. I see one part where it's like there's this sort of mountain, and inside this mountain that we're climbing, there's all different sorts of spaces for us to go in. You're afraid of spiders, you're afraid of snakes, you're afraid of insects or something like that. You have a fear of this or that. That there's an environment that you could go in where you can overcome that, because these fears are restrictions. They turn the body to stone. It's like staring at Medusa, and people freeze. It's like you jump in the water, you're afraid of the water, your body will sink. But when you're not afraid and you just let go, you float freely. So this is the objective of the M. So when you start to envision, and we together start envisioning of all these different things that we can experience and put our physical bodies through trials with guides, with people who know, with trainers and in different aspects. But you also have robots and you have artificial intelligence to be there and see just how far the body can be pushed. Now, there is this thing that came to me, years back, and it prevented me from moving forward, because it's like, okay, are we all going to be some sort of lab rats, under a microscope? Is this going to be used in some sort of way that's harmful? Because if you look at nuclear energy, for instance, the ones who discovered or rediscovered this technology were said to have the intention of powering an entire city. And we turned around and we used it to blow up an entire city. So this has been a part of conscious mind struggle as to whether I should even share this or not, whether this would be used in a way that will not be beneficial to our growth. But I'm feeling more and more that it is for me to continue on and share this vision as long as I'm here, because it's something that is, it's something incredible. Well, incredible. It's something awesome. That word, I don't know, every time I say it, there's something about it. Incredible. Is it credible? Whatever. So that's the M structure. And that's what I'll leave with you for now. So we start together envisioning the M. And for what I see, it's sort of like it's the hands conjoined, and you have, this part, basically when the thumbs meet each other, when you look at it, it looks like an M. And that's what actually the first structure, the M, looks like. And the G is actually attached. The G is like arms hugging the O structure, and these hands that come up are the M. It's a sort of an abstract design. It's not like you look at it and it says like graffiti style just Moga, but on the interior of these structures, there's so many different things that we can use, from bamboo to hemp to the nano, the graphene. And they found something recently, I don't have it in the memory at the moment, but there's another thing that they found that is even more stronger and has more applications than graphene. when you look up graphene and the possibilities with this, it's really something. And I mean, it's been used in a nanotechnology and basically microscopic robots. It's really something. These things can be here to really help and assist us. I mean, the phone also, this phone that we're holding in our hand, this was here to kind of help us to communicate and to connect, and somehow it ended up being the opposite. More and more this is coming to me that the poison is in the dose. Poison is in the dose. Everything is here for us. You know, any plant, any substance, it is all here for us. You know, apples are real great, yeah? But you know, you go and you eat 50 apples in a day, you're gonna have some repercussions, to say the least. So this is for now what I'm sharing, just going a little deeper into depth with the M structure and what we can achieve here in this place. And it's just for us to share the vision. If this is something you feel that is going to be awesome to your experience, to our experience, like, it just starts in the imagination. It starts in the imagination. We've created so much. Look at all the films back then, the sci-fi films, everything. Look at how much has been coming into reality. We only thought these things were imagination. They were science fiction. But it turns out we can actually do all these things. So we continuously perpetuate the fear, the violence, the anger, the theft, the shooting, the bombing, There's so much more. There's so much more we could do when we combine. Okay. And in the distance you can see that's the light tower. Let me get it. Right there. That's the light tower. So in the book Animogal, I've left you guys a link in the other video. If you wish to pick it up, that helps to support the cause. It helps to share the vision. That way you can see what's being shared with me. This is not something that I'm claiming any. This is all being passed through us. We're all conduits for something. What I'm becoming aware of. So there's Mission2Moga. Also this book, it'll give a little bit more insight into the interior. The third novel, I'm going into depth as to what life is like for all of us living at this place. You know, us experiencing this place, what it's like, all the different sort of technologies that we can explore and use. Some of it is imagination, but some of it's all based upon something. It's not just based upon fairy dust. This is we have the technology, guys. It's here. It's all here. But you know what? So many of it will disrupt our average, ordinary, everyday life, that these things seem to be like a slow release to the public because people have their own ways. And, some people find it very challenging to change. I'm on this old island, and, old island. I'm on this place that things have been a particular way for a while, and the people here aren't particularly not in all sense, but in small places where things have been a certain way for such a while, change can be a little bit challenging to adapt to for some. But know that everything is changing, and I attempted to stop it. It's like, and I just asked a question just a moment ago. I said, how do you stop? No. What happens when an immovable object meets an unstoppable force? What happens? I'll leave you with that. Peoples, I love you. Thank you for tuning in. Let's continue with the imagination and the frequency, high frequencies. Peace for all of our brethren and our sestrin. We are all here together, and we're going to create something awesome. Peace.